So, welcome back to our SG 5 minute features. We ran these last summer and we've started again to coincide with the great weather we're having. Today, I'm going to introduce Andrew Keywood, who is the founder of Specifix. And Andrew, you started in a very humble garage, I believe. So, why don't you tell us a little bit of your journey?
Okay. We started Specifix. It was very much low investment. I had taken redundancy recently, so I had a stack of cash that could keep me going for a small period of time and enabled me to start Specifix. We registered the company in March. We didn't really set up until April, but we shared a office space with two other individuals who were starting up their business as well, above a petrol station, just by the roundabout by Casemates.
And that like was Steve Jobs, right?
Yes, a bit like that. Not in a garage, above a garage. And we kind of started to create, I suppose, a sales pitch. And luckily, I've been in IT in Gibraltar for, a good 14, 15 years. So I knew the industry quite well. I knew a lot of people. And some of those people were very supportive with my startup and gave me opportunities to start working with them as a IT services company, which I hadn't really explained. That's who we are, as an IT services company.
Definitely.
I think it was by May, June, we were in a reasonable position financially. We had a revenue stream going, and we moved to Regis office. The reason for that was that it was getting a bit messy above the garage, and we thought we'd like a place where we could at least have some meeting rooms. So we were at Regis office for about a year or just over a year. And during that period, we moved 3 times. As the company grew, we got a bigger office, which is the whole idea of Regis. And eventually we got to a stage where we were big enough now to have our own office. And we were luckily got an office in World Trade Center, which is where we still are. And we're now at the stage where we're looking to expand that office because we don't no longer have any more room. But yeah.
Well, that's wonderful news. And it's the dream of any startup founder to have humble beginnings and then grow to a company where you're actually scaling. So tell me, Andrew, how did you find your niche, and a little bit more about what you are as an IT services provider in Gibraltar?
Okay. Our niche is really what's behind the name, Specifix. That was one of the initial problems of what to call ourselves. We went through several different names, but Specifix is really about the essence. So I really look at it like an airline. There's lots of airlines around the globe, and they all do the same thing. They get you from A to B. But the difference is how they get you from A to B, and it's the small things, and hence the name Specifix, because we're very specific about what we do, how we do it, and it's really the service. When I call ourselves an IT services company, the technology is kind of given because we're all technologists, but it's how we deliver that. So IT services company, both sides of that name have the same importance. So yeah, it's high level of service, really.
So would you say the secret to your success in such a small place has been the fact that you have curated your services and made sure you can deliver at top level?
Exactly, yeah. Pretty much that's how we've constructed. I mean, there's so many different technologies out there, so many different vendors. It's impossible to actually be an expert in all. So we have chosen a group of technologies which we believe cover the whole circumference of what we offer.
So what are they? Can you tell me specifically?
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people can guess. So Microsoft,
Mhm.
especially Microsoft 365, is an area where everyone is moving to with the cloud, and
Yep.
especially for small, medium-sized businesses, which
Mhm.
we which are basically our client base. They make up a large amount of our client base. That they're a perfect solution and a good step into the cloud. There's much more than just Excel, Word, and Outlook to
Yeah.
365. So we can expand that. Security, we chose Palo Alto
Mhm.
as the security vendor. They've been named #1 for the last 8 years consecutively by industry analysts, and it seemed like a no-brainer. Why
Wow.
not go with the best? And so we go there. Uh, we will operate in telecoms 3CX and in the point of sale, which there's a lot in Gibraltar. We specialize with a vendor called Lightspeed. But
Okay.
there's a few more. But yeah, Google, Microsoft, yeah, that's the main area. But yeah, there's lots of
Well, these
technology.
are all names that are music to my ears because obviously, as we have recently partnered up with Specifix, I've gotten to know a little bit more of your team. And one of the things I really, really love about the company is how diverse it is. And the fact you've taken on people as interns and now they're an internal and integrated part of your team. So tell me
Yeah.
a little bit more about the values of Specifix.
Okay. Um, yeah, that came because building a team is the hardest thing to do
Hmm.
when you start a business, getting the right team together. And that was really hard in the early days. It's got a lot better. And now we need to build more, build on that team. And it's very difficult to get the right skills in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And really, as going back to technology and services, where I distinguish that those are two key main areas, we are always looking for people who are good at customer service, be able
Hmm.
to deliver, explain to the clients, and also have the knowledge of technology. But in gaining new team members, getting the right person is so important. The
Yeah.
person that's got the enthusiasm, customer service, and or to actually get into the IT industry. So we've taken the approach, because it's hard to get skills, that we will actually bring in an interns, apprenticeships, and develop that person with the technology to complement their person. Yeah. So that's the approach we've taken. We've been very successful. We've got 3 people now in the company that's come through that. We're still a small company, so
Yeah.
and it's working very well for us.
Well, I mean, honestly, that is one of the things I love the most about the company and the business and the way that you've chosen to run it.
Mm.
Hopefully, you're going to meet lots of interns and apprentices at the event. But
Yeah.
what are the plans for the future?
The plans for the future are, well, first we need to get more office space, so that um, to actually physically grow.
Yeah,
But
which is not
we're
an easy task either.
no,
Mhm.
it's not an easy task. But we've also been working on improving what we deliver.
Mhm.
We've recently been accredited ISO 27001, which is a
Congratulations.
thank you, a cyber security ISO, very well globally recognized, and that's helped us um, to go to our clients and speak confidently about their security and their procedures. There is a fair amount of our clients who are regulated, so it's important that they have their own cyber security framework, and we're
Mhm.
now in a very good position to help them with that.
Okay,
So
so on that point, because I'm just thinking of a lot of things while you're talking, because this is extremely interesting. What kind of companies would benefit from working with you?
well, Uh, all companies, I would say, would be the quick answer to that because of our high level of service. But yeah, regulated companies definitely, but large client, I'm fumbling.
Okay.
But customers who want a good service, a good platform to work from, and if security is an issue, and it is with regulated or people that keep client information, then we're in a very good position to assist them as well.
Okay, so for data retention, data protection, all that.
Yeah, yes, and threat protection really,
Okay.
and also to have the right plans in place that if an incident was going to happen,
Okay.
then you know how to respond and react to that, and you're also detecting that eventuality all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's becoming more and more rampant as we go on in our, businesses and the way we
Yeah.
conduct ourselves online. The threat seems to be getting bigger. So yes,
Yeah.
I find this extremely interesting, and I also, as I mentioned, love the values of the company. But Andrew, today we're going to wrap this up with
Okay.
thanking you so much for joining us and also for becoming a partner at Startup Grind. I wish you lots of success, but I'm sure we're going to
Thank
hear
you.
lots more from you very soon. So
All
thank you
right.
very
Well,
much.
it's my first blog, so it's a new experience. So I hope it's good.
It is. It is.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed it. So
Thank
anyway,
you.
Andrew, thank
I
you so
did.
much and good luck with Specifix.
Great. Thank you.